Yes, it's not a pleasant news when we discover that the likes of Volkswagen, you know, and some other manufacturing companies are locating to other countries.
Yeah.
It is now time to create an enabling environment, work on our power supply, steady power supply, and make sure that it's still in Nigeria.
Roads and other infrastructures, they will need it. And if that is part of the renewed hope the president has offered us, and we, in all sincerity, are beginning to see that he actually has plans to do this. Those he has not started, even the ones he has not started. And we are seeing other things, train stations, train tracks, and trains themselves are springing up across the country. We should encourage these investors to come replicate what they are doing in their country that is making us go spend so much there. Yeah. If we do, they will come. If they come and they find our environment suitable, they will stay and will benefit immensely from it.
We have the market.
We have the market, we have the manpower. So it's just for them to take advantage of these two and help us springboard our economy once again. Yeah, we saw it happen in the past.
I think once the president set up and firm up the fundamentals of our economy, 2-3 years down the line, this thing will now start to trickle in such a manner that people forget. But I keep saying, there's no way there will not be pressure on dollars if the dollars are basically meant to pay school fees or to go on trips. It's not productive. And unless we start being productive again, we run it. Luckily for us, we are creating IT hubs, which is the tech of the future in certain parts of the country. And that to me is fundamental. Because a government that is serious must not only plan for the short term, must also plan for the long term as well. Because unless these fundamentals are in place, we run the risk of simply becoming a net importer that we already are, that to become a net exporter. And luckily, the past administration of Mr. Buhari has done a lot in the level of agriculture. If we can now produce our own foods, now we produce our own cars, we now produce our own intel. That means technically our need for imports will go down. And then the pressure on our foreign reserve will disappear. But the way we have that, we only import. And because one of the reasons why the airlines said Nigerian cost is so high is because the thing to go back when they bring goods, they have nothing else to take back. So they now double the cost of the freights. Because they assume that's going to be a one-way trip. Meanwhile, in most countries, as you are bringing in, you're also taking out.
And that, by the time the president arrived in Nigeria, the breaking news we are getting now, would have getting more information about the dividend of this particular trip. We are hearing some things from the United Arab Emirates right now.
Yeah, that one.
He just lifted the ban or sanction of the
Nigerian travelers. Sometimes we've not been able to
that's
access, go to Dubai.
Listen, it's over a year.
Stopped running these routes. The routes Lagos, Abuja, Dubai, London, Dubai, Abuja, that they used to do 7 times a day before.
And that's a place people go, giving commerce to the aviation sector. Suddenly we lost that. A lot of people were laid off. Then the goods people go there and bring in at such a reasonable cost, we are buying them at unimaginable cost. So proactiveness on the part of the president, and we should appreciate that. That is solved. And when it comes back, the issue of production from these investors, we have more information. You want to buy a Toyota car, and they start telling you this one is to South Africa.
Yes.
This one is Korea. This one is India.
This one is America.
This one is America. Meaning that Toyota is producing in those countries. Yeah. The same Toyota. So the forex is earned in those countries. So let's have a situation whereby we can say this is Volkswagen Nigeria. This is Mercedes-Benz Nigeria. We are talking with Germany.
Toyota Nigeria.
Let's have Toyota Nigeria. We are talking with Korea, Geely Nigeria, all these other. GAC Nigeria.
Because we have the market.
We have the market. We buy these things.
We have the market.
Then we'll be back to that era when you can wake up and actually buy a brand new car again, rather than waiting for some used cars to come in from Europe or America.
Grade 1.
They even said when they said grade 3 to you as grade 1, how will you know? Oh, no. They bring in these cars,
Yeah, like-
refurbish
Yeah,
them
yeah.
here in Nigeria.
My neighbor in Indiana uses his car twice a month. Of course, twice a month, and he's been using it for 7 years. You now come to Nigeria to be grade 1.
Say it's grade 1.
Because the system works. Because the trains are working, the
And
buses
the roads
are
are
working,
not as
the roads are
bad.
fairly good. So once you get the fundamentals right, other things will follow automatically.
Ganika Edebalogun, I want to thank you for your contribution today.
Always a
And
pleasure.
Dari Otufokon, thank you for your contribution.